Do what, Brandy?
Glad I was out here to catch that.
Yeah, so Brandy like gave me a heart attack
No,
almost.
you said it was.
Okay, what I'm working on today is, where we at? Up here. I'm working on one of the girls' bedroom walls. Actually, we're gonna be doing this whole side right here. But right now we're gonna focus on this one. I don't know if you guys can see that. And so what I'm going off of, this wall, I'm gonna go ahead and make it the 11.6 1/4. That's just how it has designed right here, because I really can't go, I don't want to mess up the measurements going from here to here, because they're long. Those equal longer than my 2x4s. So I'll go ahead and cut it in to 11.6 1/4. Then the next wall I'll probably do the same, 6/7, and we'll probably end up having 4 different little walls there. And the reason for that is just because that's a lot easier on me as far as math goes, trying to get everything centered, all the windows right and all that. I can read that a lot better, and so I'm just gonna do, I think I'm gonna do 4 different sections of walls, and then we'll kind of go from there. So I already start laying out the 2x4s. I'm gonna have to cut them now, because now I've determined I'm doing 4 instead of 3 bigger ones. And I've got the area cleaned up. Brandy and Hayden are feeling better. Hayden had to stay home from school one more day, because if they have a fever within 24 hours, then they need to stay home, just precaution wise. But they actually went to town for me. They had to pick up a few supplies. It was easier for Brandy to go than for me to take a 2-hour round trip, go and get the supplies and come back, and then time I get back, I wouldn't have time to do what I was wanting to do. So she's doing that. So hopefully I can have at least 1 or 2 walls done before she gets back, and then if she fills up to it, she can come out here and maybe we can stand a few walls up and kind of go from there. So let me get everything. Let me get my 2x4 set up and the measurements. We'll start cutting and we'll start building the wall, and we'll see what else we can get into around the homestead today. And hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Okay, so you can see I got it all cleaned up. Got everything moved over into the center of the house now. This is actually, I cannot wait to get these middle walls up, just so you guys can see along with us, but you guys will be able to see just how big this living area is going to be. That's the way we designed it. We wanted a bigger living area, and maybe not so big of rooms. The rooms are average size, nothing actually a little bit bigger than average, but we went with the three rooms, 2 bath with a big open kitchen and living room. I can't wait. Okay, here's 11.6 1/4. I'm gonna go ahead and mark it, but then I'm gonna take off 3.5 inches for the 2x4 that's already up. So we already have that wall extended, so it's from the outside edge 11.6 1/4 or whatever. So we'll go ahead and mark the 3.5 off from there. Okay, so we got all the studs marked. Now I need to see what size window this is, because it's different from the other ones. It's a 4.8, 4.6. I don't know. Let's look in our book, because I think we changed some sizes. So let me look here. 4.8, 4.6, 4.8, 4.6. So these all should be the same. There's the total cost of the windows. We ordered these. Let me see. We ordered them 10/15. There's 11-week wait list. Okay, so they are going to be a 72-inch by 60-inch cutout. It looks like they're probably 2 windows side by side. So the frame needs to be level with the other window. So I think that was 81 inches. I'll double check that, the height. And then we'll go from our top height down, work our way down that way. Yep, so we need to make the 2x4 cutout 81 inches, and then they'll add 1.5 inches for the bottom plate, so it'll make it a total of 82.5. So once I got those two determined, I'll get the height of it, which I think, what I say, 72. I have to look at it again. No, 60 by 72. So, all right, let's get busy.
I went and got eggs. They look nice and fresh. Look what she...
Does she got one in her mouth?
Yeah, she found it on the ground.
Lily.
It's as big as her
Gabby
head.
and Gracie are teaching you bad habits. We have to let them get eggs.
I
but
turned around and looked, and her whole mouth is full.
that's the first time I've ever seen her get an egg. Step on it so she can eat it before the other dogs.
She carried it all the way from over there.
She's probably gonna grab it real
She's gonna
quick.
get mad.
Let her eat it before Gracie and Gabby does.
She worked hard to carry it. I don't know how she could breathe.
You feeling better today?
Yes.
How's Hayden feeling?
She's not 100%, but she's better. I had her go out in town with me just to get some like fresh air.
Yeah.
But now she's laying back down just so she doesn't overdo it.
Okay. Well, I'll have this wall done here in a little bit. You gonna help me raise it? This is like the smallest wall
I
yet.
suppose.
Yeah. Fine, get you out here to help me.
Her mouth like was completely full.
Yeah, that's funny. So I'm gonna go do what?
She was proud of it.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna get the headers cut for this, and then I'll get this all ready, and then we'll have Brandi come out here and help me stand this one up. This is the shortest one yet, but then there'll be an even shorter one right here. I'll be able to stand up by myself. Lily, enjoy your egg. Enjoy your little egg. As soon as I get this done, I'll have Brandi come out and we'll stand this up. I was gonna do like build all the walls and stand them up, but I like to see progress, so we'll stand one up. I'll build another one. We'll stand it up, and we'll just kind of go with it. Okay, I'm finished with this wall. I'm going to show Brandi how to staple the bottom of it since she's feeling good. She wants to get out here and help. So she'll staple the bottom seal to it, and then we're going to stand it up, and then I'll start working on this. And then she actually has to go pick the girls up, so maybe time she gets back, I'll have this one done, and we can go from there.
Go for it.
All right, tell me when you're ready.
Well, this side's going to slide down.
You're fine. Ready? Let's walk down.
Oh, that slipped.
Hold on.
We don't need to be sliding it though. That's what happened last time.
Yeah, for a second.
Do you have it?
I got it. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Go get the 4 screws and that screw gun.
You have it?
I got it.
I don't think you do.
I did. Do what, Brandi?
Glad I was out here to catch that.
Yeah, so Brandi like gave me a heart attack
No,
almost.
you said it was big.
I said it's definitely a big window. It's a double window, and that's oversized for a bedroom, I agree. But they're 10-foot ceilings, and like we just talked about off camera, if she would have done half the size, it would look awkward. It would look weird.
Well, and I think in our head too, we're just looking at this big open hole. Like that's huge. I was picturing like a dining room.
Yeah.
But it will be separate, and I really think that's what was in Hayden's room already.
I think it was her window is really in her old house.
Hadley's, the one that Hadley and Hope kind of shared, it was more like those doors.
Yeah.
It was smaller, but Hayden's was like a double one.
Yep. And since there's no window on this wall, this is where the bed will go, or where the bed can go over on this wall, whatever you guys decide. It gives us more light, especially since we're going to be off grid and stuff. Now they got an awesome view of the propane tank.
Well, yeah.
So this window right here, Brandi, will be mirrored in whoever else bedroom that is over there.
Our master.
Yeah, in the master one. But then we got a little one I'm getting ready to put up, like, 'cause the bathroom one is small, like 2.
It was like it's above the shower.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we decided, we went back and forth, we decided to not make it where it opens.
Yeah.
It didn't really matter to us. It was
More for
just
lighting.
for the light.
Okay. Yeah, but Brandi gave me a heart attack. She goes, I don't think that's right. So she starts questioning me. She grabs the tape measure. I said, Brandi, I'm just going off the plans. I said, but now that you say that, it does look really big, but it's a double window. We measured it, and it was the right dimensions in there. So.
Well, now when I see the picture of it, how it's divided,
Yeah.
it's not going to have little
grids
in it. They'll be open, but it's a double window that folds down.
Yeah. So.
And they can maybe shoot a deer out there.
Yeah, we'll put a little feeder right there. They can hunt out the window. That'd be awesome. I'm going to talk to them about. I've been getting a lot of questions on anchoring, how we're going to anchor the floor. I don't know if you've asked me that yet or not. You might not even pay attention.
I talked to Noah when you were out of town and stuff.
Yeah, you can't.
There was options where we could have done it beforehand.
Yeah.
But he hadn't planned for that, and he said either way.
Yeah.
is
So
fine.
the way we're going to do it, I'm going to explain it on video here in a minute, is the same way I did the farmhouse. So yeah, there's 2 options. I'll go over that in a minute. And Brandi's gonna go with the girls. Brandi, thanks for the help. Maybe when you get back, I'll have this other wall done.
I say just knock out that whole little.
I'm trying, Brandi.
Corner.
I'm only one man.
Not an 8-year-old to help.
Yeah, someone left me a comment and said, did you read that comment?
Or it just said your other kids could help you.
They said, you need to get your father-in-law out there. You need to get your 2 younger kids out there. I said, what, my 8 and 11-year-old daughters?
I don't even want them around.
Yeah, we don't even let them come around here just because we're scared to death something might fall on them and hurt them. But I'm definitely going to get here help me frame it. That's just crazy. That's nonsense right there. But
they would help if they could.
oh, they would. Hayden, they would all get out here and help, no doubt about it. But there's no way I'm letting them in the construction zone. I bet we've actually read horror stories of accidents of little kids in construction zone, things falling and not ending well. So yeah, so please don't leave me comments like that. Tell me I need to get my kids out here, help me framing. Brandi gets out here every chance she gets. So what we kind of worked out is I'm framing the walls myself. and then she comes out and helps me, because really I don't need help setting 2x4s up. It'd probably make it a little bit quicker, but she's got other things she can do, and if I really need her out here, she can come hand some 2x4s to me. It's not a big deal. The main part I need is just lifting the walls up at this point. And yesterday she was just sick. Hayden was sick. Hayden still had a fever last night, but she's feeling better today. I wanted to get the walls up, so I did it myself, no problem, didn't get hurt. A lot of concerns out there, me hurting my back. I appreciate that, guys. I really do. But I got it done. Now I can see they're leaning a little bit, and we're gonna fix that soon and get this all squared up, I hope, and then move on from there. But let me go over the anchors with you guys real quick, because my uncle Rico actually called me this morning and said, "Hey, your Uncle Gino was wondering." So I don't know if Uncle Rico was wondering, if Uncle Gino. He always passes on to Uncle Gino, Uncle Gene, the questions he has. But Uncle Gene did not understand how I was going to anchor the walls down into the ground, to the slab. And some of you guys been leaving comments about it too, so I'll address it. Now the way I'm doing it now is the exact same way I did we did our farmhouse, and I self-contracted that, and I actually didn't do a whole lot of work on that house at all, just self-contracted it and did all that. But then I did go back and we anchored the whole house down with some bolts. Now some of you that are familiar with housework like this, they can put the bars up in there beforehand, and then you cut the holes for your walls and set them up in there and do all that, or you can come back and pre-drill and hammer them down and do all that. And that's the way we're going to do it. So let me show you what we got. So I have a big old box of anchor bolts, and I don't know if I'll need more or not, but that's the box I got sent to start with. Let me open it up and show you exactly what we're going to be doing. In our area, I don't know about where you guys live, how common it is, but this is a very common way to anchor your house down. Look at this. So I will pre-drill. I think he sent me the wrong ones. Okay, well, these aren't the ones I was thinking I had. I'm gonna send these ones back. I think these are actually ones that he sets in while they're pouring it. So these are actually the wrong ones. But I'll get the other ones to show you. But what we're gonna do is the other ones we get, we'll have this up there, the threads up there, and then it'll be a straight shaft. So I'll drill a hole into the slab through the wood, and then it won't have this, and I'll hammer it down in there, and then put our washer and all that stuff, and then we'll tighten it down. Same thing. But yeah, these are the wrong ones, so I'll have to take these back and get the right ones. So you guys got the basic idea of what we're doing. Yeah, so those are actually the wrong ones that I need, but those would be pre-pour, like as we're pouring it, they would set those in there, and that's a very common way too. Both the ways that I just talked about are very common out here. For me doing it myself, I thought it'd be easier for me to come back and pre-drill everything, and then once I get all lined up and all that. So that's how we're going to anchor, Uncle Gene, since you didn't know, that's how we're going to anchor all the walls down. And I actually had a carpenter friend of mine, my friend's dad came over, and he looked over everything, and I asked him if I need to anchor them now or wait till we start getting things squared up. And he said kind of either or. He goes, at this point, he'd probably wait till we got things squared up, and then we can start anchoring them down. And then once we get an anchor down, we can really get it all plumb and square and everything like that. So when we get to that point, I'll show you guys all that. But as of right now, I got to take those back and get the right ones. And then once I get them back, I'll show you guys actually doing it when we do it. So I'm going to work on this next wall and just work my way down. Okay, I had to stop working on this little wall until Brandi got home. She just got here because this is going to be in the girls' bathroom, and I don't know if we're putting an insert shower bathtub, or we're definitely doing a shower bathtub. I don't know if we're doing the insert or if we're tiling it. That kind of depends on where this window goes. What's up, babe? Did you have a good day at school? Yeah. They're back from school today. She said she had a good day, but Brandi's come out here and we're going to talk about it real quick. Because I haven't discussed this yet, and I didn't want to get this all framed up and like, oh, the insert's like 4 inches above the window. We don't want to be cutting inserts and all that. So I think a standard insert's like 6 foot, and I think the bottom of this is going to be like 5. She scared me earlier, Hadley. I thought I did a window wrong. Okay, Brandy, after explaining to you what's going on, that's not the window that you're standing in.
Yeah, this was huge.
So you thought that was I was talking about that's the
what
window.
you're talking about, and I'm like, that's not going to work.
So here's the window. It's 36 inches by 14 inches tall.
Yes.
And my question to you was, where do we really want this? Because if we do insert, that's going to be too low. And we still don't know if we're going to do insert or not, but you don't you want it to be higher. That's fine.
Yeah, I feel like whether it's tile or insert or anything, I understand that this still would be really tall, but not in comparison to our wall height.
Yeah.
So I feel like no matter what wall height it is, I want it to just be a few inches from the top of the wall. You said, I guess we settled on a foot.
Yeah.
Versus
So these are
it being like 3 foot down from the top.
So these are 10-foot walls, and all the stuff you looked at were probably 8-foot walls, and
Probably. And they only, the 8-foot wall examples I saw, they only had like 3 inches or something of clearance.
Yeah.
But,
So all this is for sunlight. So being up high. I'm glad I caught that before I started nailing everything.
I think that would just look goofy.
That's the same thing with those windows over there. Like if I wouldn't have caught that, then we would have been dealing with that later down the road too. That one window. So this was originally supposed to be a long window, and then we changed it for just for lighting.
Well, and two, like, I mean, that's just how it was in the plans. But since we're ordering the windows, we could custom what we want. And in my head, I knew it was going to be a little window, but I just pictured that it would be at the top.
Yeah.
I didn't think about having to change the plans to
see what I was doing. I explained to Brandy already. I was just matching this window right here up with the rest of the windows, and it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be at all.
Well, like I said, it makes sense if like you're in an open living area, you want them all to match. But when this is just one little sole window, it doesn't really matter where it's at.
So what we determined, I'm going to take this out. That's the only thing that I nailed together, and I was like, you know what, I better wait until Brandy gets here. So now we're going to do a foot from the top. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all framed in, and then I don't know, we might just stand up tomorrow because don't we have a play or something to go to?
Yeah, that's a foot. That seems short.
Get your tape measure out. Shorty McGee.
No, I'm just saying it.
So Brandy is like an eagle eye. She comes out here and scares me. That window's not right. This and that. No, from the top.
See, but
from
that's
the top.
But isn't this like the ceiling?
No,
or is this?
that is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that would be fine.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna do a foot.
Definitely better than that. I would rather even be higher.
I think a foot, in case we ever did like crown molding or anything like that, you have room.
But I'm glad you caught that.
Yeah. You're welcome.
And I'm definitely glad that's not the window.
Yeah, she's like,
we
what
would
are
have
you?
just had to order a different one and wait on it.
That's funny. So since I've been,
sorry.
She kicked all my wall down. But since I've been doing all this, I know all the measurements. I'm looking at everything. Brandy hasn't looked at the plans when she's helping me. So in her head, she thought that was the window.
I was like,
that's pretty funny.
Well, but like you said, obviously this is a lot of work to do it yourself. But like you said, we had a framer who did our last house who was amazing, but he was going to follow the plans exactly.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have said, hey, do you sure you want this here? He
just
does his job. And so different little things we've caught that we wouldn't have caught if we hadn't been the ones doing it.
Yeah.
We just would have, after the fact, been like, oh, that would have looked better.
And it would have bugged her for the next 20 years or whatever.
And there's still going to be things, it just is. But it's nice to be able to make a little bit of modifications as we're going. Because like I said, if we paid someone to do it, they would just follow it. And unless it seems something dangerous or something, they're just going to put the
follow
boards
the plans
together. And
that's what you're paying them for, follow the plans.
Yeah.
But Brandy's not paying me, so I get to...
Yeah, that wouldn't look good, I don't think.
All right, I'm going to get it fixed, and we'll be back here just a little bit. Okay, Hope, I already talked about this earlier. Someone was asking, why aren't you out here framing these walls and putting these walls up?
Show us your muscles.
School.
And because you're a little girl.
Show us your muscles.
But those are big. But if you didn't have to go to school, you'd be out here helping me, right?
Yeah.
But this is pretty dangerous stuff.
Once it's all secure and safe, then she can have on a little tool belt and hand you stuff.
I just can't. I already talked about it once in the video, but they thought you and Hadley need to be out here pushing these walls up yourself.
When only that wall was up, I helped you
screw it, nail in it.
So I haven't even lost all my teeth. I'm a little.
Only 8
Aren't you glad I'm your dad? I'm your daddy, and them other people that think you should be doing this isn't your daddy or aren't your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be slave drivers, huh? Hey, Hadley.
Hi.
What you doing? You come stand some walls up?